guys, welcome to Cade's YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about something in the environment and sustainability that's called eutrophication. So it's spelled like this, EU. That's a great question actually. Eutrophication. So what eutrophication means is basically the first part of this word means well, and the second part of this word means nourished. So being well nourished, you would never think of that to be a bad thing, right? But with eutrophication, there are some certain circumstances where it can be bad and where you can actually receive too much nourishment. Let me draw you a diagram of what I'm talking about here. So here's a farm. We're gonna lay it out here. All right, and in that farm, there's crops. With the crops, they receive fertilizer. What the fertilizer does is it allows the crops to grow, right? In that fertilizer, right here, there is something that is called phosphates and nitrogen. Typically, the fertilizer includes large amounts of phosphates, which allows the plants and the crops to grow. With that growth, obviously through rain, through watering down the crops, it causes that water to spill out into streams. It can even be in large bodies of lakes. And what that does is that phosphates from those crops creeps into those streams and into those lakes. So typically you wouldn't think much of it, right? Sure, phosphates are just leaving, nothing wrong, right? But as those chemicals get into the streams and into the lakes, it actually causes algae. Obviously, once those phosphates get into the water, it causes growth, which builds algae. And algae isn't always a bad thing, but what the algae does is it actually creates food for bacteria. And the bacteria increases, which increases the chance of animals like fish, that's a terrible term of a fish, also dying because they aren't getting the oxygen necessary. The bacteria takes up the oxygen in the streams and rivers and lakes, not allowing for animals like fish and other resources that we get affected by due to the excess amount of algae, which is caused simply just from well-nourished chemicals coming down into our earth today. You can refer back to Khan Academy. They drew a similar farm, a similar diagram like this that helped me to understand a little bit more of why eutrophication isn't always the best thing. Being well-nourished can have direct effects into our society and into our environment that we're seeing each and every day. Thanks for tuning in.